Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Simply Nerdy. I'm your host, Steven. I'm joined today by Austin and Anthony because they have had the opportunity to play Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, which I have not. I am still working my way through the DLC from the Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and I am loving it. But I want to hear from Austin and Anthony what they think of Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Anthony, I kind of want to start with you because I know you were particularly excited about the prospect of some new story elements that were being introduced in the trailers, at least. I want to know kind of how you're feeling overall about the story. Has it improved? The gameplay mechanics, I know there's been a lot of talk about quality of life improvements. But yeah, kind of just what are your overall thoughts right now?
So far, I feel like I've had a much more positive overall impression than the first time around that I played it. And for the record, and I've said this before, I really did enjoy the original Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U. I played the snot out of it for quite a few months. I guess that the interesting thing, I'm not super far into the story yet. I think I'm in chapter 7, and I'm pretty sure there's at least 12. It's hitting pretty different this time around. And there's a couple thoughts I have for why that might be. I think the mere fact that we know that they've added additional story and that also the Xenoblade universe is a lot more well-known and beloved now, that basically I have more reason to expect that it might actually be connected in a meaningful way to the other games. Whereas the first time when the original came out, basically everything that I was seeing in the game would suggest that it wasn't connected, and that was, also kind of disappointing. So I think there's kind of, a multifaceted thing going on here. First of all, I have reason to believe that this could be connected, and so I'm interpreting the story in different ways. But I think there's also elements that I am catching that I didn't the first time around. And there's elements where I'm like, no, I definitely remember this part of the story. But I think I was either too grumpy or I missed something before, or maybe there was at least one point where I was like, was that new dialogue? I feel like I don't remember that being said the first time around. So I don't know how much of that is really new or just a different perspective. But again, I haven't gotten to the new story yet, but it's definitely hitting different, and it feels more important than it did before. So that's one thing I've been really enjoying. As for the quality of life improvements, I can't point to a lot. I can't list the things that changed, of course, other than quick cast, which is awesome. I use that all the time. I'm having a lot more fun this time around. And again, the gameplay was something I really enjoyed the first time around. But I feel like the gameplay flow I've just connected with a lot better. It's really fun to just kind of putter around in the world and be like, oh look, this segment recon has this thing I want to do, and oh look, it opened up this, and so it's got this fun loop that I feel like I've been enjoying more. One thing that I will say that was just my own darn fault with the first game is that I never took the time to truly understand Overdrive, and I will say Overdrive is like this infinite rabbit hole of insanity. So, there's an intense amount of complexity there, but I've decided...
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
It's probably the most complex Xenoblade combat mechanic in the entire series.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Those of you who've been watching this stream, watching me struggle bust through it, I only recently unlocked Overdrive, but I was getting some tips from people, thankfully. But I can see it being complex, but once you get the hang of it, it's going to be amazing to use.
Yeah, no, and I will say, now that I finally can use it with some degree of competency, it's a game changer. Like I'll get aggroed by this enemy that's almost 10 levels higher than me, and I'm like, oh, time for Overdrive, and then I take it out.
Yeah.
It's
whoa.
Yeah, it really is.
Dang.
If you know what you're doing. And I don't know if you already discovered this, Austin, but the trick is to go to the point simulator in the barracks.
Oh, I've not done that yet.
Yeah, because what it allows you to do, it gives you it gives you like a certain amount of time. You can set the time limit, and then it just gives you an enemy that's just damage fodder. And it gives you full TP, and all you have to do is just practice overdrive over and over and over and over and over. And so I was finally able to be like, oh, that's what the color combos are doing. Oh wait, so when I have the hit counter this high, then this does this much, and blah blah.
Yep, those were my biggest questions. Is like, what are the color combos? How do I extend my overdrive time? And what are the hits? So. That'll be really good to go in, and I didn't know that was a thing, so that'll be good to go in and do the point, whatever you called it, like a
point simulator,
simulator,
something like that. It's at the
some kind of battle simulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Black
when
Magic.
you warp into the barracks, whenever you warp into the barracks, you're like immediately facing this terminal. That's the terminal you go to. That's the customization terminal or something. To summarize my thoughts. It's honestly, I can't really delineate what is new and what isn't, because it just feels like I'm having a different experience, and it's been a lot more positive. And I'm really, really enjoying myself. So
that is awesome to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Any guesses on how many hours you've spent playing the game so far?
I don't need to guess. I've got my save file telling me it's like over 40 by now.
Nice. Got a decent chunk in there, sir.
Yeah.
All right, Austin, how about you, man?
Well, I similar to Anthony, I have the inability to. What am I trying to say? I also cannot distinguish between what's new and what's old, because my situation is a little more unique. I have not played the Xenoblade Chronicles X game.
I was going to say, wait, what?
Yeah, just because this is my introduction to Xenoblade Chronicles X. I've played. I started with 2, went into 1 definitive edition, and then 3. Played some of the downloadable content for those games as well, and now I'm jumping into Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I am loving it. It is. It's one of those things where even though I haven't played the old games, I can tell that they've really polished it. The HUD looks great, the text and everything. That some of the issues that people I've heard have complained about. To me, it feels like it's very true to some of the other Switch games. Xenoblade 3, Xenoblade 2. It feels like it's within that very same, design. And, as far as the story goes, I'm probably I'm starting chapter 6. I'm getting a lot of, I'm trying to take my time and do a lot of the affinity quests and the optional, basic story, I forget what you call them, like common quests, basic missions. That's what they are. And so, I'm not progressing as fast as I'd probably like in the story, but that's great. I'm taking my time with it.
Absolutely. And if you want to watch him play, he live streams on their channel. You can check it out. Anytime he's up and live streaming, you can see all his previous streams as well in the playlist, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition playthrough.
Yeah, come check it out. Come watch me struggle bus through the through my the I'm only recently learning to swap between melee and ranged attacks more effectively. I was doing it before, but I wasn't doing it in a way that, like, when I have cooldown time between my shots, I should be switching to melee, that kind of thing. So I'm getting better. But it's fun. I enjoy the battle mechanics. I enjoy being able to use overdrive. Like Anthony mentioned, I enjoy using quick cast. I think that was an awesome feature that they added. Let's see what else. Is running new?
No. Running was in the original game.
I legit tried to run in Xenoblade Chronicles 3 today, and it didn't work. And I was like, wait, what? Oh, right.
I see.
I don't know why. Every now and then I will click the left stick thinking I'm going to start running, and instead I auto run. I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know why, but it happens to me every so often.
Well, it's because it was an indisputably superior mechanic, and I don't understand why it was removed for subsequent games. I mean, the later games. I mean, Xenoblade 3 is still my favorite game basically ever made. But why not have a sprint?
It's because mimiosomes, dude. And that's
well, I don't know. I have a flesh and blood body, and I can.
It's great though.
Oh man.
I love the right off the bat, like when you learn to jump and you're doing like the anti-gravity, just very. It's also interesting that you can change direction.
That sounds cool.
But I loved it. It's been some of the physics in the game is just really cool.
And as someone who has no idea what you're talking about, that's because there's low gravity on this planet that you're on.
Yes,
that's how it's explained,
right?
Is it? No, I think they just can jump like cool people.
Oh,
okay.
I think it's just the game mechanic.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I interpreted it as
legs of steel.
The planet, but
I don't remember any story explanation. I just figured that. Eventually. Well, I guess we're getting into spoiler territory, so I won't
watch it, Ant.
I will just say that I've always just thought, well, they're just really strong people, and this is a cool game mechanic.
I didn't need an explanation. So in my head canon, it's because of the planet they're on.
I mean, you could be right.
Either way, I'm really excited to get a Skell. But in the meantime, I'm enjoying my time just stealthily going through the map. I've reached the northern, one of the northern areas of the map. I won't mention it, but it's been fun to try and navigate without attracting, monsters that are 20 levels above me and die immediately.
Jeez, man.
But I can't wait to get a Skell so I can travel a little more efficiently and hit some areas that I've been wanting to visit a little easier. But overall, the story's been good. They have thrown in some great twists, and the voice acting's good. I will say that my expectations musically were set pretty low. The bar was very low because of some of the things that have been shared from various people. I was various people. Yeah, anyway, I feel like some other I don't remember if David or Lisa played the game before, but I feel like they'd also made comments. Regardless, I'm actually pleasantly surprised with some of the music, and the I don't know, the story, the mechanics. So far, it's been thoroughly enjoyable, and I'm looking forward to playing more.
And I will say, in context of the game, there's even a lot of songs that I've just kind of not really paid attention to that are actually pretty solid. I think, I'll just say, and I've made this defense before, aside from the fact that it was kind of a stylistic departure that I had trouble with, the main thing, honestly, one of the hardest things for me, aside from, the bowel movement song, because there are still songs like that in there, the hardest thing is, respect to the composer, because I know he's got quite the storied history. It's the same guy who did Attack on Titan, as I understand it. But he names his songs in ways that are, you can't tell what the flip they are. It's like the song about this one event or something is called Z1 L47 A, B, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, people are like, what's your favorite song? That one. The one that's...
What is the combination of letters and numbers?
That's funny because in my stream, somebody jumped in and was like, oh, I didn't know this version of the game played this remixed version of the song. And then they said the title of the song, and I was like, I would have never been able to tell you that was the title of the song. So... I didn't even know it was remixed either.
They can still name the titles of the songs.
Yep.
Yeah, for real.
For me, I just keep it easy. I'm like, well, the best songs in the game for me are the area themes, and they fortunately have actual names. So
yeah, that's great.
Goodness. Well, I think that wraps up our thoughts. Correct? Is there anything else you guys want to add before we wrap it up?
I can mention that I've played less than 25 hours, somewhere around 25 hours.
Oh, I forgot to ask you that. Thank you for bringing that up. 25 hours? Good
Yeah,
job,
somewhere around there.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for answering some of my questions of the game. And if you have tried Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, please let us know in the comments below what you think. No spoilers for me, please. And let me know what you think of the game. And don't forget to like and ring the notification bell so you know when another video goes live. And until next time, everyone. Oh, and thank you. And thank you so much for those of you that have been subscribed and watching our content. We really appreciate your support.
Oh, yeah.
And until next time,
Keep it nerdy.
keep it nerdy.